officially bringing Jesus to the track. The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the track. He's officially bringing the great I am. Is officially bringing Jesus to the track. The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the track. The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the track.
Welcome to Center of Light. This is a clear mind. This is your pure heart. And together all of us, when we begin to do something sort of like this, things get really juicy and really awesome really quick. Clarity is needed. Tonight is Center. I've done presentations, hundreds. Meditation, anxiety, depression, astral projection, ghostesses, poltergeistesses, every possible spiritual topic. And I invent new ones. But I've never done one on empathy, really, and compassion. It's going to be a little different twist, though. You know me, right? It's going to have a different twist. It's going to have everything you know to go with empathy and compassion. We're going to really look at it. What is it? And when we think we're in it, are we really? I'm going to do some reading from my new bestseller, Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. You can get on Amazon and look up Keith Anthony Blanchard. Excuse me. Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Becoming that clarity. Everything's backwards, so you gotta forgive me. See? I can't do it. I gotta cross the bridge to the, what do you call that? Dyslexia soul. I'm going to do some reading from Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. You can find that link at the beginning of this presentation. Use that link to hyperjump to Amazon. Purchase this 30 years of my life compressed. It'll take you somewhere, I promise you. You got $30, I know you do. If you don't, let me know. You can also use that same link to hyperjump to Amazon to leave me a review. Does anyone notice that I've changed something? Tell you what, if someone can notice something about this entire layout that I have changed, if you notice, I'll send you a free gift. It's going to be the first one that populates my field here on Facebook, as well as my feed here on YouTube. The first people I see coming to the thing, no matter if you, it's the only fair way. I got lots of free stuff. My time, my space with you. So tonight I'm doing a presentation on empathy and compassion. It is what we think, but there is a deeper layer that we could, and if we would, not overlook, so that we can understand what true empathy and compassion is on a much deeper level, which is so beyond the superficial of what we as humans can possibly think is empathy and compassion. So if you really want to be that empathetic person and that compassionate person that I know you want to be, let's dive in and let's see where we not end up, because it's not a future experience, it's how we show up. Center of light. You're the center of your own light in your own life. You're the center of everything. Isn't everything outside of what you know as you surrounds you? Who is at the center of all that? It's you. And you are made of light. You're not made of light. You are, but you're not made of light. You are light. You're 98.6 degrees, so you're rating this bioenergetic heat field. Walk out into a 98 degree sun temperature day. You say, it's hot. We know the sun is energy. Hello, son or daughter. You see, it's not hard. It's never been hard. It's never been hard. What is the it? The it. The you, the me, the we, the stories, the relationships. That's the it. And you are all of it. And all of it is a piece of your it. Do you get it? That's your religion. That is your eternal religion. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard. Thank you very much. Tonight's presentation was titled Center of Light Empathy, Compassion. Have a good evening. So you see, it's not hard. I just noticed again, this thing over here. In fact, I love it. Everyone is anonymous. You show up, you announce yourself. You say hello to the world, you meet and greet, you hug and kiss, shake hands, but we're all remaining anonymous. All right, let me see who discovered what is different in the prop. I'm into media. I love media. I love mediumship. Let me look on Facebook first. Sana, hello Sana. She says red flower swag behind you. Thank you for that, but that's not the one. Thank you, Vicky, but the 4 million reaches is not the one. But I love you. I'll send you guys stuff anyway. I'm not selfish at all. Why? Because I have empathy and I'm compassionate. Let's see what's happening on YouTube. See anybody got it? Uh-oh. Dolores got it. Rena says, you have 4 new corners around. Rena got it. Well, Rena gets all my gifts anyway. I'll think I want to send Rena. But Dolores, you got it. That's exactly right. These brackets in Center of Light used to be gold. And I like changing things up. People, why do I make all my presentations so... That's just my ODD or my obsessive compulsive, or said in a slang way, anal retentive, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I love it. I love production. Maybe if I wasn't a musician, which is production, a teacher, production, I produce things. So tonight we're going to produce empathy. Kelly Bird, I will send you a free book. It'll be on the it'll be a download. It won't be a physical copy, but I'll send you one. And I'm going to choose which one. I want to feel you out. I'm going to send you a real gift in the form of a book, but I'm going to do something, okay? You deserve that. I want that for you. All right, I can't start giving everything out for free, so it is my livelihood. I don't really ask for money or anything like that. I ask you to show up, and you do often. And many of you gift me with your love in the form of money, which is fantastic, and it enables me to continue to do what I do ongoingly because I love being with you. Hi, Kim Gary, Trisha, Adana, Vicky, Robert Herder, my brother Gene, Katie, KK, Everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. YouTube, welcome, welcome. Everyone in the UK, hello, Yvette Shinebright. Everyone, Yvette Shinebright on YouTube. She comes in every so often, so everyone acknowledge her, please. Hello, everyone on Pulse Talk Radio in the UK. I know it's late night for you. I usually do my interviews at 7 and my presentations at 8. 1 o'clock in the UK or anywhere in the world. It's getting a little late. Come 2 o'clock. So, because I want to move this work around the world, which I do, love doing. I love people. I pushed everything up to 7 o'clock Central Time. PulseTalkRadio.com. You can also view me there. It's the opening page. PulseTalkRadio.com. Tell everyone about it. The music selection, I don't listen to music anymore. I've done it so many years. But since I've been with Pulse Talk Radio a couple of weeks now, their music selection is absolutely fantastic. The quality of the stream is like 324K megabits, whatever all that stuff is. It is so pristine, you can hear their breath when they're singing. It's phenomenal. Everything about psychics, spiritualists, paranormal, everything outside of our purview of it's beyond. All right, check it out. And we're growing in the form of media. I am the first media other than audio, which they have phenomenal teachers there. I'm the first video media person, and I'm grateful to be on the flagship. And I'm helping out, and Carl War, owner, founder, creator, he and I are in close contact. We shake hands in trading information of how we can take this to the ultimate level. There are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of listenership at PulseTalkRadio.com. All right, everyone. Keith Anthony Blanchard here. All right, we're going to move forward. Hello, Jody. Hello, Tricia. I see everyone asking for some of my work. I will honor you. I will honor you because I'm taking my empathy. I feel you, bro or sis. I feel you. That's empathy. I have the awareness to understand how deep I am actually able to feel. When you get really good at it, you will be able to be in yours, the source, where what you feel is bliss. So my gesture to you, for those who asked, is this. I really don't own my work. I don't. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to all of us. We really don't own these bodies. It's on loan from the mother. And one day, she wants that debt paid, and she will take you back. And back home, we will find ourselves. Thank you for sharing, Tricia. So, empathy is coming to the state of awareness. I can truly feel. So much so that I can feel more than what I know as me. What is this? That's a balancing act in and of itself. So tonight is Center of Light, empathy. I'll always change the last word when I use the words Center of Light. The other night it was Center of Light Review. Well, tonight is Center of Light, empathy. The title of tonight's presentation is Compassion. Shake hand words. There is a small difference, but don't kid yourself. That very minuscule difference is a very great divide. They do shake hands. They may be brother and sister. It may be small, but I'm telling you, it is very, very wide. So they shake hands, they teeter-totter, But to balance them out into a place of stillness, still in all, we have to step back from the teeter-totter itself and realize that we are the axis, the divine axis by which everything rotates and gyrates and moves up and down, in and out, and all around. And until we understand that, any level of compassion that we truly want to caregive can fall like castles in the air. It may give you balance. No, it's not the right word. It may give you gratification in the moment when you do said thing for said person. And everyone would probably say, I know why I do it. I hear you. God bless you. I know why I do it. I think. In that I think becomes a now what? An even greater potential and possibility to fall in greater upon greater, deeper upon deeper layers of empathy, being an empathic, being in your core, and to use your conscious feeling base to gather up this ball of energy and sling this sexy human divine mud on the people you're truly caring for. And it doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be dramatic. When you're driving down the road, Gene says empathy is sympathy. Empathy versus sympathy. When you're driving down the road and you don't want to support someone who is a beggar of some sort, and they might be drinking or doing whatever with the money, that the gift ends with you. You've given yourself of giving through your ability to feel, and I recognize I'm a feeling being, not a feeling doing or a doing being. I'm a feeling being. Now, compassion is doing something about it. And when you do something about it, it doesn't require nor matter what happens after your gift. But I understand your point. But if you don't want to even go that route, just simply send them a blessing. I'm sure you do. Fantastic for you. This is how we raise our vibration in this time of elevation of vibration. Service is of the highest calling and will shift your energy and your vibration just like that. So it's not necessarily enough just to be in a space of empathy. Oh, wow, I have an awareness of my feeling base. And I feel compassion is something that is greater, it's deeper. Compassion belongs to others from you. Passion is what you are due because that's it, just because. So passion is about you. Compassion is about others, because calm, unity, calm, passion, I'm passion. And the more I get into the fire, hello Gene. Boy, Gene just came through me in this moment. Wow. Passion is about you. You selfish spiritual son of a bitch. You should be. You should look at this right here first. Fill yourself with that fire, that passion. And then you begin to actually spiritually regurgitate, vomit, because you have so much in you, it has no choice but to express, explode, and set ablaze everything that is surrounding it. That is ultimate compassion. But in this regard, we're speaking about the passionate, yourself, to the compassionate, others. But again, you have to first fill yourself up. Or like a checking account, the people you're trying to help through your passion and compassion, your passionate compassion. Wow! If your account is not full, your bank account that is, you can count on this, and you write someone $1,000 check because you want to care. You hope, either way, they take this check and they go to deposit it to find out the funds are insufficient in your account, on your own account. So it goes. Likewise, the same is true for empathy and wanting to help. Your wanting to help does a lot. And it's not that it's not enough for the universe. It will always keep you at bay in this field or this territory or this arena, this cosmic, this sandbox. There's a much bigger sandbox for you, much bigger. So you will get into the greater capacity of what true empathy is. Being able to feel all the way to the base of feeling itself, which is absolute Shambhala, ecstasy, bliss, nirvana, the kingdom, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, an ice cream cone, a phenomenal chocolate chip cookie with a glass of milk, if that's your thing, whatever it is for you. You fall into that and you exist in that place, then you can deliver all the grace that has come into your divine sacred space. And it oozes from you into everyone's field. I do this unconsciously now because I walk into a room or I drive to a red light and I see someone and I say, God bless you. And I see nothing but grace on them. You see, when we see the world as starving or broken, we act according to the law that we set in motion. The world is starving or broken. But when we see the world as nourished and whole and complete, you become yourself because you stop blaming, shaming, praising, and glazing over everything that is most important, which is you developing the awareness of empathy. I am a feeling being, not a doing being. I feel, and I feel deeply. It requires the tears, though, to purge yourself all the way back to your soul. That is the title of my next presentation. Center of Light Lament. Crying the tears all the way back to the soul. Awareness. I feel. Compassion. I do. I am. I will. You see, going to church on Sunday is a beautiful thing. Continue to do it. But if you're going to do it, turn up the gas, turn up the fire. Doing this said thing, turn up the gas, turn up the fire, this said thing, so forth. It's about the fire. Turn up the illumination, fall into it, because you are going to die regardless. So you fall into the fire and let your mind get burnt away into oblivion. And you fall into that place. I work on this every day. As long as I'm in doing this, I could say it's second nature for me. A small sliver of it is. But there's a bigger wedge of this pie, P-I-E, as well as P-I, pie, that still requires me to intend to be in this place, this space. It does. That's the spiritual walk. So tonight is Center of Light Empathy. Compassion. Caring for people is phenomenal. The universe will say thank you for your gift and never say you could be doing more. But it is asking you, would you like to do more? In fact, it's just to your benefit. Because the universe always gets quotients of light from every single creature that's everything in the universe. It gets quotients of light returned to it by its own creation. That's what causes spiritual expansion and expansion of the universe. Everything is constantly revolving and recycling within itself to create bigger upon bigger upon bigger upon bigger expressions of the absolute. So it's really about turning the fire within itself, creating a bonfire, a constructive conflagration instead of one of destruction. I'm going to be right back. I got a video by Sadhguru. He's going to talk about the ultimate compassion. Hello, Mary. Everyone, thank you. I'm kind of in my energy right now, so I'm going to acknowledge and say I love you. The ultimate compassion. Believe it or not, I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to cliffhang you. Get me right back. Some Lavender Soul, Keith Anthony Blanchard here. This is off of the second Lavender Soul album called Just to Know You're There. Tonight's presentation is Empathy, Compassion. To know you're there. Use the lyrics. Lyrics are great. The lyrics are fantastic. But use the empty space, and the most of this song are not notes. The most of this song is empty space. Hello, Mary Amelung. There's more music in the empty space than what you're going to hear as notes. It's compassionate. I'll see you shortly.
I lift you up to your most high. Cherish the time when you walk by. I see you in my life for all time. I've touched your face 1,000 lifetimes. I know the way you talk in rhymes. The breath you take is part of mine. As you float before my eyes, you touch my hand, it makes me cry. Touch my hand, just to know you're there. Just to know you're there. So here we go again, like lessons with a friend. Another chance to let love in. And in another life, our eyes will meet one more time. I see you in my life for all time. As
Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! He's officially bringing the great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap!
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight we're speaking about Center of Light empathy, compassion. Many people would say that video just played of that crazy black woman outside my apartment, dressed in her jammies. I didn't see any of that. I saw her in her empathy, her awareness of her feeling base. She was in it. She was compassionate. It may not look like what we know compassion to be, but you can bet your sweet ass that's what compassion is. She's in it. I have so much compassion that I trust that if I expose my core, that my core will expose me. Dig that. Put that mayonnaise on your sandwich. That's compassion. Is to live in the fire. You're in the fire already, and you don't like getting burned by life. In order to stop getting burned by life, you have to claim your life and deliberately move out of the strife and be willing to open yourself up to life itself. It's official. The great I am is bringing Jesus to the trap. This has nothing to do with Jesus. Jesus has already done his thing. He knows where he's at. So compassion and empathy are the same, and there's a very small difference. If you're a human being walking over a line this big, you just step right over it. It's not a big difference. Tell that to an ant. Changes the whole paradigm. The whole time-space continuum changes. Point being, there is a similarity, but also there is a difference between empathy and compassion. For those who are empathetic, Linda is one of them. I know this to be true. I see it. She literally, beyond her even understanding, finds herself moved into a space of feeling what other people are feeling, and it becomes her own. Trust me when I tell you, it's not in an unbalanced way. She deliberately gets moved. So Linda, I'm acknowledging you. So empathy is being aware that you are a feeling being and not a doing being. I feel. I'm empathic. I feel. Dang, does that belong to me? No, that's for that person right there that just passed me. I wasn't feeling like this until they passed me a second ago. And as soon as I leave, I'm back to myself. Here's the danger. Sometimes empathy can be such a joyous ride meaning I am aware that I feel and feel deeply. Believe it or not, any quotient, as I mentioned earlier, that you add to the universe says, thank you for doing that small part. The universe doesn't say you should be doing better. It just says, it just takes it into the till, into the kitty. But not always do we allow ourselves the understanding that we want something through our helping. That's part of the human dynamic. I get it. And it feels good to help. And we start to crave helping. The question I pose even to myself, and I reflect right here, right now, what is my intention in doing so? I already caught myself. I know, I just had this realization of an intention that I know is always there, which is self-gain, self-gratitude. I get it. I'm not upset at Keith for it. But understand this as well. In a balanced way, my doing what I do, you doing what you do to get said thing is the ego. And that's okay too, because it's a beautiful friend. Let me explain. The ego and what it wants is the motivating factor to get us off of our duff to do what is necessary. Otherwise, I'm a monk in a Himalayan cave and I'm hunkering into my freaking soul and I am not getting up. I don't have to eat. I don't have to use the bathroom because I am in the garden of the light. But you see, in this way, the ego says, get up and go do that thing for other people. All right, Keith, so which one is it? How do we find balance in the ego, which we always known or heard to be bad? As you said, it is good. It's a beautiful character of the play. And not doing things selfishly. Let me enlighten you with this beautiful little cookie. You can never get out of being selfish. Never. Try. Keith, you can never get out of being selfish. You can't do it. Because even in your empathy, your ability to feel and to feel deeply, and to be compassionate to help other people, the question revolves right back to you. I'm volleying this back to you. Why are you doing that? Even if it's balanced, why are you doing that? Because who does it make feel good? You will say it's them, and it just may. But it ain't, and you know it. It makes you feel good. In this beautiful way, you are selfish. You are self, yet ish. I'm not this self fully. You understand? It's about you. It's always about you. Because you are the center. You're the one who has the ability to feel and to feel deeply. I am the center of my universe. In fact, you are the center of the universe. Because wherever you go, you are. You can never change that. Even on a park bench with Jesus when you died. You did good, you little rascal. I love you. Wherever you go, you are, and everything from your core base goes outward. It literally goes outward. Unless you're the one of such who expect and or sees that it goes inward. It doesn't go inward. That's not the truth. It is a reality, but it's not the truth. The truth is, I am the center. I am an empathic. I have empathy. I'm conscious of my feeling. That's why I like Linda. She goes, I feel everybody around me. She's empathic. But yet she also has the component creating this wholeness, which is compassion. All right, let's continue moving forth. A couple of notes on, you know me, I am always about definitions and explanations. You can't argue with definitions. You can try, and you know it's silly if you do, so don't do it. Here's the definition of empathy and compassion. Empathy is our feeling of awareness toward other people's emotions and an attempt to understand how they feel. I am aware that I feel, and I feel deeply. And I care about others, but that caring goes nowhere until we do. That is when we become doing beings versus feeling. Feeling beings is, I love it. Being a feeling being is empathy. Being a doing being is compassion. Empathy is our feeling of awareness toward other people's emotions and an attempt to understand how they feel. You can't understand how they feel. That's not what you want. That's still empathy. But that is the definition of empathy. But what we want for our own selfish motives is compassion, because it's deeper. So it's not, in my opinion, in my teaching, it's not an attempt to understand how they feel. It's to feel what they feel. You don't want to understand how they feel. Oh, I get it. You want to be in that. That is called consciousness. Compassion definition. Compassion is an emotional response to sympathy, Gene, and creates a desire to help. We have to sometimes be careful. Some people can use their problems, or drama rather, to get attention. You don't have to stop your compassion or wishing them better, but it might be wise for you not to engage. Wanting to do so much for others can pull you down if it is not done through true compassion, but rather feeling good about oneself erroneously. Gratification. It is like a check you wrote for $1,000 that seems great inside someone's pocket until they try to cash it and to find out that your account has insufficient funds. I get so freaking passionate when I sit in this space. I'm addicted to it. Center of light, empathy, compassion. Sadhguru is going to share with you the wisdom of ultimate compassion. Listen closely. It's a parable, I think. Some of it is parable-like. Doesn't matter, it's all a parable because it relates to you. As I said, something else. This is not about empathy and a superficial level of compassion. And on the deeper level of compassion, this is another twist on what compassion is. And I told you I was going to keep you hanging a cliffhanger. It's titled, it's nuts, it's beautiful. Death is compassionate.
So if I am joyful, why can't I exist forever? Why? Death is compassion. Death is compassion. When you do not know the process of life, you fear death. But once, if you have, see, you were in school, the experience of school was wonderful, but don't you want to go to college? Death is just like that. Your experience of life has been wonderful, but you want to go beyond and see what the hell it's about. Isn't it? Now, the ignorant in the world have always been seeking immortality. People who did not experience anything beyond their physical body, those fools have always been seeking immortality. Especially when societies become affluent, somebody becomes a king or an emperor, he's always thinking of immortality because he lives in the fear of death always. One such fool on the planet was Alexander the Great. He was an extremely miserable man. Do you know his life, personal life? He went into bouts of violence or bouts of indulging in physical pleasures and drinking. He used to get so drunk. Once, a very exquisite palace that was there in Constantinople, he and his friends just set fire to it because they were drunk. So he was just wallowing between these two because there is so much misery. Just to avoid that, you have to do something. Intense activity is violence. It gives you some break. Drinking gives you some break. When you're miserable, this is how people are doing their life. Working like crazy, not because they're joyful, not because their work is of any meaning to life around them, simply because they have to do something, otherwise they'll go mad. If they have free time on their hands, they will go crazy. They have to work crazy, or they have to get drunk and somehow tranquilize themselves and sleep. This Alexander is doing in an extreme way, but he wants to live forever. Though the experience of life is so bitter, he wants to live forever. He was searching immortality, and he heard Indian yogis are capable of immortality. So that's why he was moving towards India. So somewhere in the Hindu Kush, they caught hold of a yogi. And he came to him and said, I want the secret of immortality. I've heard Indian yogis are capable of immortality. They live forever and ever. The yogi looked at the man and he knows what an utter fool he is. At the same time, he knows he has a powerful sword. You have to handle it properly, you know. So he told him, he said, see, go this way. In this particular forest, at this particular place, he described the geography of the place. There is this little cave. Inside the cave, there's a little pond. You drink the water from this pond and you will be immortal. Alexander pursued. With the bravest of his men, he just went searching, and then he found that cave that the yogi had described. Then he chased away all his men. He doesn't want them to drink it and become immortal, you know. He wants to drink it himself. So he walked into the cave, and there was a pool as the yogi had described. He was just about to drink. When he was just about to put his hands into the water and drink, there was a crow which was sitting at the edge of the pool. And the crow said, wait, just wait. Before you drink this water of immortality, just listen to my story. Long time ago, I don't remember how long ago, I drank from this pool. And here I am. I cannot even commit suicide because I'm immortal. I just can't die. I have seen everything that I have to see with life, but I'm just sitting here. I don't know what to do. I cannot die. No matter what I do, I cannot die. You know what a curse it is? The most horrible thing that can happen to you is you cannot die. Isn't it so? So let life follow its course. When you're alive, you assist. Death doesn't need your support. Death is super efficient. When it happens well, isn't it? Did you ever see, half death did not perform death properly? No. Death always happens, absolutely, totally. It's super efficient. It does not need anybody's assistance. But life is not like that. You can live half a life and go, isn't it? Life needs your assistance and involvement. So, you don't try to do death. You try to do life because life needs constant assistance from you. Otherwise, all of us are alive, but all of us don't live life to the same extent, isn't it? Because it needs constant assistance, otherwise life won't happen. But death doesn't need your assistance. But when it happens, it's a huge compassion, because that's the biggest relief. If you really have a hard day of working, the biggest relief is just to fall on your bed and be dead for the night. Isn't it so? Sleep is death, isn't it so? Yes? Sleep is death. It's just that you wake up in the morning. This is also like that. You do wake up somewhere else. But let's not bother about those things. But definitely, when you fall on the bed and fall asleep, isn't that the biggest relief? Sleep means temporarily you don't exist. Your non-existence, is it a beautiful state? Yes? And I'm telling you, if you don't exist, this world would be so beautiful. Isn't it so? If human beings did not exist, this world is just fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely no problem. So, you must understand the blissfulness of being uncreated. Creation has its sweetness, but being uncreated is very, very blissful. If you're aware. If you're unaware, everything is a problem. Creation is a problem, beyond creation is a problem. Anyway, you're a believer in God. If you believe in God, always death is described as daivadin. What do you call it here? Upar, whatever. Yes? So, you're supposed to go and fall in the lap of God. That must be compassion, isn't it? Yes? Don't be too eager. Anyway, you'll get there. Right now, life needs assistance, so we are talking inner engineering. Death doesn't need your assistance. It'll happen, don't you worry about it.
Hello, all you sexy human creatures. Welcome to Center of Light. Right off the get-go, share this to you all. It may reach someone who is reaching for the golden ring just like you. What is the golden ring? It's not what you think. It is what you want. It may come through the guise of what you think it is. Instead of going for the superficial aspect of it, when you move to the deeper layer, that which is meaningful, the real reason, it becomes the season of your harvest. I want you to be a joyful, sexy, beautiful human being. You owe me nothing. Gina says, it's cool, Keith, you demand. We're gonna get real. It's yours for the taking. We're all looking for bliss, burst of light. I'm going to empower you. I'm gonna get down to some beeswax, cosmic broham, oink, to say I love you. Flagship Mother Earth, this way. Inward is upward, and that is forward. Powerful. Any thought that you have that is not of the highest ideal contains self-sabotage. Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. I'm holding on because I'm scared to death of the changes that are happening in the world, the changes that are happening within me, but I'm living in the old world paradigm and I'm going nowhere. I'm bored out of my skull. That's called insanity. I'm already feeling it come into every fiber of my being, though I have no idea about the future timeline of where this is going because I don't care. I just know that I am living in that joy in this moment, this way. In is the way out, where you are in your being, your experience. If you want joy, ecstasy, and peace beyond you've ever had in your being, because when you're inward, you don't need anything. And therefore, you have everything. Why would you believe anything when you can know everything? So now we went from this very tiny, minute little possibility of self to an explosion of infinite possibility in God, metaphor for up. We always known God to be up. When we have these connections with spirit, then our life moves forward. Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light, empathy, compassion. Compassion. What you're doing is beautiful. You are helping others. But are you really helping yourself? Well, Keith, I'm helping others. You may be. Ultimately, you're helping yourself. Because as the Lavender Soul song said, the breath you take is part of mine. When we understand that as the breath of the divine, we will find ourselves that I just want to know you're there. I don't require anything. It's all the same breath. So ultimately, you're helping yourself and not others. Because other people will find their way eventually. It's cosmic law. Everything will eventually, infinity, eternally turn within itself to meet its greatest possibility. People will die. People will get sick. All right, let's continue forth. Welcome to Center of Light tonight. Center of Light, empathy, compassion. During the Sadhguru break, I went to the little boy's room and I didn't vessel this. It slapped me upside my head. You're helping, as I just said differently, your helping is for you and them, but mostly for you. Everyone has lessons. They will graduate when we realize that they are we, then we are truly passionate and compassionate. So the helping is really always about you. From Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my new bestseller, which is posted at the beginning of this presentation. You can find it on Amazon. Spirit says, fear is what has always slowed you down and caused you to feel inadequate. It has also led you to believe that there is no hope for your future. But as you have now found out, Keith, because of your intention to transcend your fears, I have been helping you get back on track to that blissful life you long for. And I respond and say, yes, you have. But what about those who don't show any intention for transcendence? Do you help them as well? Spirit says, I love everyone dearly, even the ones who let my efforts to touch them slip unused. Time will come and time will go. People will live happily, only to die and move to a higher level. Sadhguru said, death is compassionate. Time will come and time will go. People will live, exist sadly, only to die and have to do it over again until they get it right. As you continue to expand, you may notice a deepened sense of compassion that causes you to be concerned about the loved ones around you who are having troubles. And I respond, I know that feeling very well. And I know the next thing you're going to say is that I should just try to sit back and let their lives happen. And Spirit says, yes, that would be best right now. And I say, that's so hard to do! Exclamation point. And Spirit says, I do it. And I say, but you are God, and you are not. Well, yes, you have taught me that I am. But, and Spirit interjects, if you really want to help someone you care about, you do not have to do anything for them. You can get the job done just by being an anchor for love like me. And I say, but I like to help and share what I know. As I mentioned earlier, sis and bro. Yes, Keith, you go at it with all you have. And how Yes, Keith, you go at it with all you have. And how many have taken you up on your offer? And I say, some have, but when it comes right down to it, most don't seem to want it after all. And I ask, why is that? Spirit says, for 2 reasons. Truly understanding empathy, truly understanding compassion. Making that delicious sandwich with your spiritual mayonnaise equals this. 2 reasons. Their rebellious nature may keep them from receiving your help, or their spirit might reject it simply because your help would undermine their growth. This is not the outcome we want now, is it? Whatever the reason, their present circumstance is one which they and they alone must figure out. Know that I hear their cries too for days, months, and even years on end. But I too must step back. For if I played God, that would stop their evolution and rob them of the free will that I have freely given them. And I ask the question, I simply don't get it. So you just do nothing? That's an honest question. I ping pong that shit back to Spirit and say, help me out. I don't get it. And Spirit says, I help all the time, but many have not done the work required for them to recognize it when it actually does show up. Nevertheless, they try to make the best of their lives using what they have. Nevertheless, they try to make the best of their lives using what little faith they have. Over time, some may lose that faith or become agnostics, even atheists. Yet even though they are trapped in difficulty, the great I am is bringing Jesus to the trap. I love them just as much as the ones who have become illumined. And I ask, you always make things sound so simple. Are we that blind? Let me put it to you this way. When at last the human race comes to see that love is the beginning and the end, that is when it will see how its fear has served no purpose whatsoever, and that no matter what, it is love that does and will prevail. You may be empathetic or an empathic, have the ability to feel. Fantastic. What do you do with that? For those who are empathic and it's driving you bonkers, I'll tell you what you do with that. And here's your balance. Do something with it for others. That will bring it into balance. You will find, I don't understand how to meander, navigate, move when I'm around. If you're so empathic that you're around a person and you feel it, it might require the person to be such a hard pulse for you to feel it. But if you're generally around people and you're in this swirling mess, my guess is when you do something about what you are feeling, even if it's speaking, touching someone on their shoulder, say, good to see you. It will make sense to you. It will bring everything into perfect alignment, balance, illumination, and then you will truly become empathic and compassionate. You will have passion and compassion. You will become passionately compassionate. Keep loving. Keep being of service. Keep caring. But you got to care about yourself and service yourself first. Remember that. If you need to get away and go out of town to refuel, how can you be of service when you're feeling drab, Find what makes you feel passionate, on fire. Go higher, acquire, aspire to be of service. As I said in the very beginning of this presentation, service is of the highest calling. Right now, the highest is calling you to be of service. Respond, and you will be affected, effected, and infected with the truth. And the truth is, you are empathy. You are a deep feeling being. You are compassion. The doing. The ya, the heart, the fire. The na, the mind, to see, to make a choice. To be the va, to do the do. To change people's lives. And you can do that sitting in your car at a red light when you see a beggar and say, Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta, or Om Shrim, or Jesus bless this person in the name of you, whatever it takes. Because ultimately, whatever you believe, when you leave this world, you will realize, find out, it's always been and forever will be about you. I love you. Peace, love, and light.